What they did to me in that hospital was horrific, and I do find it hard to talk about. So I was dragged in. There's a small little room, as you go more like to the centre of the building, up some stairs. It doesn't fit much more than a bed, and there were barred windows sort of on the right as the bed if you were lying down, sort of behind, as the bed was horizontal. And as you go down the steps from there, you turn left up 2 steps, and that is exactly where there is a surgery room. And this is where this horrific treatment, if you like it, took place. I know I'm going from one to another. It's because it's quite traumatic, but I was taken up there after being in that bed for I don't know how long. They took me up. It was quite difficult for them to get the stretcher up. It was up these quite narrow, up 2 steps, and then a fairly biggish room, sort of white, and there was a machine to the right of me, which seemed to be, as things progressed, seemed to be able to tell them what part of the brain that they were at. It seemed to be able to navigate, help them. Well, I heard them talking about what area the brain they were in. I even remember that. I also remember being tied down there and waiting this horrible minutes and minutes wait for whoever the specialist was to arrive. I remember he had a Dutch sounding name, a foreign European sounding name. So this machine was on that side. Later on in the process, the doctor was standing there in front of me, looking at me, running me through my sexual history, saying, who was the first person? Will you see this person? You won't see this person again. You won't go back to their house, and that sort of thing. And he was, as they were asking me who was the first person, even to that point, for me, my cognition as a 16-year-old, my life had been so kind of abusive in my family, and I was traumatized by being there. I couldn't even instantly who was the first, who, you know, this. So if I didn't answer, they would administer pain. Now that was shocking. After this event, I was not functioning, obviously. I couldn't even hardly walk. But one of the nurses helped me around downstairs. There's a little telephone, and then there's an outdoor area that you can get to down the steps from near where the room was, where I was. And they've got this so I was fiddling around the back of my head, and I had sort of like cotton wool there, and she said, "Oh, don't touch that." So however many days, wasn't that long later, because my ability to concentrate at that point was blown away. I wasn't able, one of the things that they had in their advantage in doing this, that I wouldn't preventing me from testifying, which was something that they were concerned about, because it was not just a small, there were more people involved in the network, and who only knows exactly how high it went.